It's pumping.
Oh yeah. All right, so today we are getting back to work on the Bronx Star and the FJ55. Sounds kind of cool to say that because it used to be a JK. In case you guys missed last week's video, we are now building the ultimate Toyota FJ55 pig build. So we have a 1978 Toyota FJ55 Land Cruiser that we're going to be putting on top of a 2010 JKU frame, fusion axles, Gen Right suspension, and now our King shocks. We're gonna be running 12s in the front, 14s in the rear. So we've got to get these shocks put together. So I'm gonna be working on getting all the coils on these reservoir click style blah 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 King shocks. They're 3.0s, they're super sweet. Got a lot of stuff to do on them. But in the meantime, Hillbilly's working on the old Bronx Star. Last week, Bleep and Colt came down, helped us get the gears in it. I was busy in the office. Everybody's back at the shop. I'm back in the mechanic shop. We're going full tilt boogie until Easter Jeep Safari. We have 2.5 weeks to get the Bronx Star. I'm looking.
4 months left on the Bronx Star.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the Bronx Star to where it will just run and drive. And then we'll take the Easter Jeep Safari, we'll have fun with it, and then we'll come back and finish it. What my goal is in this video is to get the JK frame shocks on it. We're getting the frame out of here, and we're getting that FJ55 inside so we can start teardown on it. Hillbilly claims it runs and drives, so we're gonna see if he's right or not. I don't know if it'll start. He says it will, we'll see.
I'm gonna start putting the front end together, get the rear end put together. But before I can do any of that, I gotta do some sandblasting and get rid of all the rust and everything on the diff covers and the outer knuckles. So that way we can paint them and make them look good and not all rusty.
All right, so I'm gonna be taking this King shock apart. So far, it's pretty simple. So I've got this rubber lock ring. Take this base off, set to the side so we don't forget. This comes out, that goes just like that. Somehow this sits inside of there. That allows it to not flip back off. And take the slider out, set it like that. Basically, we're disassembling it to where we know it can go back in. Well, I'm gonna figure out which spring goes where. I believe the 12-inch goes on top and the 14 goes on bottom, but I'm gonna verify that before I screw up. The very last thing after we get it installed, we have to pump these shocks up to 150 PSI because they have a little bit of oil in them, but they don't have the nitrogen. We'll be doing that after we get it installed and get it exactly where we need them to be.
So I have to add more sand because it's running low. Now I don't know where it's going. I don't know if the vacuum's sucking it up or if it's disappearing, but we're very low, so it's not doing the job it should be doing. Looks like salt. Do you taste it and taste like salt?
No.
Dusty in there now.
Oh.
All right, so we've got our 3.0 King shocks for the front that we're gonna put together. So on the front, we're gonna be running 12-inch 3.0 reservoir shocks. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I do know that we're running a 250-pound spring rate 12-inch spring on the top, and we're running a 250-pound 14-inch spring on the bottom. Once we get it all put together, we're not gonna tune it and set it, but we are gonna charge the shock with 150 pounds of nitrogen when it's at full length, and then we'll install it. First things first, we're gonna get the top spring in, and then we've got this thing that goes in the middle. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure there's like a technical name for it. Somehow we've got to get this back in. Hey Billy, I might need your help. So he's gonna be my spring compressor. All right, so just like such. All right, so now that we've got that spring in, now we've got to push this rubber all the way back in. This is what keeps the bottom of the spring from falling out. Just like that. Expertly put together and installed.
So do you adjust these before you fill them?
No.
Or you fill them then adjust these?
You fill them and then there's a certain spot on here. So we're supposed to take this and screw it down 1 inch. So I talked with Gen Right. They like it to be set, the preload on the spring set to 1 inch of thread showing. These are what holds this collar from actually spring binding. When all these coils touch, it's called spring bind, and then it'll actually shatter this. So we want to avoid doing that. We'll fill up the nitrogen here, and then we'll do 2 coils at a time because we have a dual filler. And then we'll have the fronts all put together, we'll install them, and we'll work on the rear. All right, so I'm gonna repeat steps 1 through 20 again on the second strut.
The real question I have for you, how are you gonna get the FJ55, whatever it is, out?
I'm gonna drive it out.
Drive it out? You're gonna have to
Land
move
Cruiser.
like a million cars out there.
I don't have to move them, you do.
I'm not doing that. I'd rather keep it in there.
You don't wanna use it? I'll move it, sweetheart. Don't you worry.
Okay, so now I'm going to spray some paint on it. We're not too concerned about the diff cover, rear differential cover and front differential cover because it will be getting changed in the future. So I just took some sandpaper, brushed it up. Now I'm going to spray some trim black on it and We got little Bray Bray slinging the camera.
Hey.
All right, so I've got both coils all put together. We got little Bray filming for us.
Hillbilly already.
Oh, Hillbilly already announced that.
Yeah, he wouldn't show himself how to grab the camera and show
Nice.
them.
This is Braden, my 13-year-old son.
But he doesn't want anyone to know that he's filming.
He doesn't want anybody to know that he's my son. It's kind of embarrassing.
That's not true.
So we're gonna fill these struts up, the shocks, whatever they are, shock struts, same thing. Then we're gonna fill the bump stops. And I believe the bump stops get 150 PSI as well. All right, so we're gonna get this all tightened up, get everything set up, and we will be right back. You're welcome, thank you. Crap. Well, I'm sending Hillbilly on a tow, because I got struts to put together.
Take a break.
Yeah, take
Take a
Braden.
little break.
He can film me.
Do I look like I want to go to Mount Pleasant?
Do better in school. I'm just kidding. He's doing really good in school, but we're gonna force him to go with on a tow. All right, so both kids were not very pumped about having to go on a tow, but sometimes you have to do things in life you don't want to do.
Okay, so we got it all loaded up, strapped down. Now we're heading back to the shop so we can get back to work on the Bronx Star.
All right, so I've got one of them set correctly. The other one I gotta fix because I accidentally put 200 in it. We're at exactly 150. These are charged, just like that. Now we're gonna go over and we'll charge the bump stops. All right, so we made a phone call to Rory and I just asked him, so this needs to be set somewhere close to 150 without weight on it, without knowing, you know, exactly what we want out of it. We're gonna put about 75 to 100. Well, that can't be right. Maybe what we'll do is we'll wait until the struts are in. Then we'll do it again, because it ain't working. I'm assuming it's 75 PSI with no weight on it. This is my first time, so I'm new to this. I'm learning. I'm gonna lift the whole front of the frame up with this cherry picker so that I can get the shocks in. Hillbilly is just about back from his tow. So the reason I'm using the cherry picker is because I've got to go up really high. All right, so I went and got my Mo clamp strap, and hopefully it will stay. I'm not sure how high I'm gonna have to lift this, but we'll figure it out. It's probably more than enough. Now these are like the creme de la creme of shocks. We're a little ways away from being where we need to be. I might have to have the filmer help me out. So I got my camera lady helping me lift it up. Hold up, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, look at that, it's perfect. That looks so good. Owen, what do you think? We got Owen Barlow here doing some secret stuff while we're working on this.
I think it's too nice.
That was rude. All right, so Hillbilly came back, so he's gonna help me real quick, and then he's getting back to work on the Bronco.
Hey Robbie, is the high lift not quite high enough?
Not quite. Can I go down a little? So I'm gonna hurry and put the other side in, and then we'll work on putting the rear shocks together and putting those in. All right, so I've got one of the rears all put together. I'm gonna work on the other one. These are just time consuming and tedious because you gotta put it all together, make sure everything's done correctly. All right, so I've got the rear shocks all installed. Now we just have to figure out how the reservoir systems work. They're supposed to mount to the side, but I haven't quite figured that out. These rears are in, and they look awesome. Obviously, there's no weight, but once it gets weight on it, it barely budges. It's gonna look good with that new body on it. It's a pretty sweet frame, though. Looks like Hillbilly's working on his diff cover, so I'll let you guys check that out. I'm gonna look on the old interweb and try to figure out how my reservoirs mount.
Got the extra shafts put in, tightened up. Now I'm doing the rear diff cover. The kit comes with a paper gasket. You don't have to use RTV. I do just for extra sealant. Put a little bit around here. It also helps hold the gasket in place when you're putting the bolts in. Now spread it around.
What's this yellow gunk?
That is marking compound, so you know that your gears are, get the pattern of what your gears are to tell you if they're good or what if you have to move the gears in or out, or the pinion gear in or out. Now we put the gasket on. Put it in place. Put a couple bolts in so you don't have to hold it, and then you go and put the rest of the bolts in and tighten it up.
I got the front shock reservoirs kind of positioned where they need to be, but I cannot figure out how to position these back ones. Hillbilly's taking off for the night. I think I'm taking off for the night. Go do some research. So it is tomorrow. A little bit more. So we're trying to position our reservoir where it is correct, which is difficult because every time we open it, we lose oil. We're trying not to lose all our oil. We got the fronts all finished and they're looking good. These backs are just proving to be a little bit more difficult. All right, so 50% of my time is literally sitting and thinking. So as I was sitting back there in my cute little chair, I realized I have these struts backwards. So we're gonna change them. So they're side specific. And if I would have thought of that or realized the first time, I wouldn't be in this pickle. We're gonna put them on the right side. You don't always have to put them in the correct way, but it helps. It does help.
Hey, but there's no wrong way. If they're in, that's the right way. Because it holds them in place.
It was the wrong way. Now it's in the right way. So we'll get the brackets, we'll get the reservoirs mounted, we'll lick our wounds, and Hillbilly better get his butt hustling because that Bronx Star needs to get off that lift. It's working. It fits like a glove.
Finishing up the driver's side part of the front axle, and then next I got to do the passenger side.
All right, so Hillbilly's got this entire rear end all put back together, except for one bolt, not really sure why. This thing is gonna have fully rebuilt front and rear axles, 10 1/4 rear, Dana 50 front, 538 gears, Grizzly lockers. This thing's gonna be sweet. I actually can't wait to see what it does. Once we get it to Easter Jeep Safari, it's basically gonna be a 2-seater buggy type thingy. We'll have fun, and then we'll get this thing finished up. He's got the driver's side U-joint and axle and hub assembly all put back in, but I've got my JK frame all ready to roll. Once Hillbilly's done playing with that, we're gonna get both of these vehicles out of here and we're getting that FJ55 pulled in. But first we have to move like 50 cars. So that's gonna be fun. Good thing we have a skid steer. I'd like to take this second and point out the fact that the internet let us know that working on the ground is terrible. So I have a perfectly good workbench right behind Emery, and Hillbilly is still refusing to work on it.
This is more comfortable.
No, comfortable. Which is worse, standing on your feet or sitting on your feet?
I'm not sitting on my feet. I'm sitting on my tush. Almost got the side put together. But the boss is trying to make me die of heat stroke.
It's cold.
No, 89 degrees is not cold.
It is not 89 degrees.
Feels like 130.
I think you just bent it.
Bend this?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm bending that with the rubber mallet. No way. Want some cobwebs? Here's an egg sack.
Ew.
All I gotta do is just put a couple washers, a snap ring, and it's done.
Hillbilly's just about got it done. It's having a locking hub issue. We may just have to buy some hubs, but I want to try something. Did it lock?
For right now, it just grinds. Pick up on the U-joint a little bit. It locks. Unlock it. Won't unlock. Or it does this time.
Oh, he's got the U-joint in backwards. Flip that sucker so we can show him. How are you ever gonna grease that U-joint?
Get a 90 fitting that goes on top of it.
We put the greaser so it goes into the knuckle.
You guys have been putting in things the wrong way today.
No, we haven't. Hillbilly has.
You did
I do
too.
not ever install anything backwards or wrong.
His is a lot easier fixed than this one.
I am always correct.
Putting the last tire on.
So we got locking hubs coming, and we have a wheel hub assembly for this passenger front because I think something between the hub and the locking, there's some of this. It's wanting to do this number. It's not wanting to do that. So we've got the Bronx Star all back together as much as we can get it. We're gonna go get that FJ55, and we got like 20 cars to move. So it's probably muddy, probably a mess. Do you think it'll start?
You'll need gas, jump box, and hopefully the gas can get past the gunk in the carburetor.
Didn't you say it ran?
It ran, but as it was running, you could watch gunk fill up into the sight glass on the carburetor, black tar.
It'll work just fine. We're gonna go get some gas and some gas
We got gas.
and a jumper box, and we're gonna go get the ultimate FJ55 Toyota Land Cruiser JK build. Was that exciting?
Woo!
All right, so we've got a lot of stuff in our way to get to the FJ55, but I'm gonna bring the skid steer track loader in here. We're gonna move some stuff. We're gonna get that Toyota out of here and hopefully get it to run and drive where we can drive it in the shop and start assessing how we're gonna get that body off and get it on our frame.
The time has come to get the FJ55 out, see if it'll start and drive. Really need to get some gravel out here.
It's like a pond.
What do you think we should do? Try to start it here or try to just get it out?
Take it over there on the pavement, try starting it. Okay, we've gone as far as we can without anyone steering it, and it's giving Robby some fight. So now I want to get in and try steering it.
Look at this. I think Heavenly's a little scared.
We've almost got it. We just keep pulling into that Subaru. So I'm gonna reposition over a little bit. We're trying to avoid getting the telehandler, but we're about to go get Grandpa. Here's where I need some help. So we're gonna need a few things. We're gonna need some fenders for sure. All right, you guys listening?
We're gonna need a whole new FJ55.
No, because we just got it.
Yeah.
No, we just got it, so it's fine. But we're gonna need some headlight beauty rings. We need them right and left. We're gonna need this fender. We're gonna need us a driver's door. I don't know what goes here, but we're gonna need it. The back door appears to be okay. Semi closes. Quarter panel feels like it's gonna fall off from rust, so we'll have to get that to fit a little bit better. We're gonna custom build some lowers, clearance it, make some fenders.
When he was picking me up, felt like my feet was gonna go through the floorboard. The whole belly flexed.
We're gonna cage it. We're gonna make it fine. Okay, whatever this is, we need one of those. I'm guessing this is the marker light. Gonna need one of those. Gonna need a tail light. Whoa. So this is pretty rusted, but I think we can make this work. We need a four-wheel drive badge. Basically what I'm trying to say here, people, is we need your help. Okay.
Need a whole new vehicle.
We got safety latches, so that's lucky. Look at that. That's how you open it. That whole corner is rusted through. So this is gonna need some serious tuning up. That's rotted. When we're out on the trails, we can hang out on the tailgate. We could probably make some sort of a spare tire holder. This is gonna be cool. Oh, those are vents. Holy cow, look at that. They're actual functioning vents. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I don't think they actually function right now.
Yeah, that's really hot and clammy. All right, moving on. We should probably figure out a back window. Anyway, we're gonna need a right tail light and trim ring. This one's good. That one looks just fine. So we don't need the vent or the marker light for the passenger side. This door is perfect. Look at that. The window works. There's nothing wrong with this. Oh, whoa. All right, folks, we're gonna need us a passenger front door. Yeah, I'd say that is rusted and gone. Wow, what have we done? All right, scratch the headlight bezels. Have no fear, for they are here.
I could have swore they were there because I took them off. I remember.
All right, so aside from the fact that doesn't have anywhere to attach, the door's okay. We got a lot of stuff we need on this FJ55. We're gonna have to paint this and make it look old. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, like
We'll do the stripes.
blue.
Then we can do like,
Listen.
we can put our colors on and just put stripes back on it. Let us know in the comments. We're thinking blue and then a black and silver stripe and then our logo, but then we'll weather it. We'll make it look old. So it won't look fancy, and we'll show you guys how to do that. You gotta layer all the paint. We'll use some white and gold and brown and black and then blue. Then we'll sand through it. We'll make this look weathered and tattered, and then we'll clear coat it to protect it. It'll look awesome. Oh, we're gonna need a wiper. Anybody's got a wiper arm for a 1978 FJ55?
I'm about to go Google search a new one.
Oh, look at that. All fixed. You guys didn't even watch. I did body work. Okay, pull just a tiny. Pressure. Pressure. A little more. A little more. Look at that. That fender's good as new.
So what?
Where did you just randomly find hose and a filter?
It was in the back of this.
All right, we're going to see if this will start. Let's see if we can fill the fuel filter up.
There we go. It's pumping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Out of fire.
Oh my gosh. That smells horrid.
I'll get in, I'll put her in reverse, and you get it to run, and I'll see if it'll drive. That's a good idea. Okay. It runs! You think the four-wheel drive works? All right, so we got the hubs all locked in. We're checking if this thing's got four-wheel drive. Hit it, Batman. Oh yeah. All right, so good news. It runs and it drives and it has did it have four-wheel drive?
I don't know, I was up here running your throttle.
I think all four wheels are moving.
Nice. Demery says that it has four-wheel drive. So it's got four-wheel drive.
Should we see if the tires hold there and go for a ride in it?
Oh, do you think they would?
Let's try. And
Try
then
it.
go for a ride.
Yeah, what are we gonna?
This one over here for sure has a hole.
Nah, let's air it up. All right, it's like QVC, but wait, there's more. We're gonna see if it'll hold air. And if it'll hold air, we're going for a ride in the rain. That's all there is to it. And the interior of this smells like cat piss.
The whole thing
Smells
smells like
so
cat
Yeah,
bad.
we fired it. But it runs, that's all that matters. That means that we're gonna have a running and driving chassis for sale. For one of you vintage Toyota lovers.
Build a buggy out of it.
Right up your alley.
Yes, it is.
Of course.
I don't know how long it holds, but I remember they did air up.
Don't blow them up.
Pull the fender off.
Yeah.
They are in bad shape.
We need some BF Goodrich for them.
They're only from the 80s. The back ones are new. I put those on. Or they're not new. New to this rig.
They're hillbilly new. Hillbilly's the guy that would go to a tire store and buy used tires.
What are you talking about? That's my tires.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, my tires would go to the dump and find the free ones.
Do you love our ideas?
Not this one.
Aaron right up.
The whole back of this is moving over because the rims fold over on top of the tire, so as it rolls up, it's pushing the Land Cruiser over.
This thing is so rusty. That's 3 tires. Oh, this is already looking better with air in the tires. Holy cow, it's taking air too.
They all held air for at least a day.
Should we ask Dinner if he wants to go for a ride?
Yes.
You want to go for a ride?
Yeah, let's go for a ride.
Okay, come on.
Gonna go for a ride in a Toyota?
Yep.
Nice.
Dinner, do
There's cooling in there.
you approve of this?
It looks fun.
Okay, good. Then it's gonna be fun. Dinner, saddle up, partner. There's cat piss all over.
Might need a shower after this.
All right, here we go, Dinskinator.
Let's go. Hey, Hillbilly, did you strap the fuel tank?
Yeah, with my leg.
Why you guys stand up there?
There's no problem. I'm the problem.
Oh, nice.
That's my brakes on my throttle.
Why?
Hit it, Batman!
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to run you over. Don't run out. Yeah, I'm catching third. Okay, we're going too fast. Hey,
Too fast, too
too
fast.
fast. Too fast. Little bit. He's not calming down. He's gonna fall off.
It's going crazy.
I guess if we run him over, oh well. I feel like this is gonna turn out so poor.
You're
What is
coming up.
he doing? He's a terrible gas pedal. Smells like we're on fire. Are we on fire?
I don't know.
Come on, throttle. Chug it. All right, we're almost there. A little more. What are you doing? You gotta get this put away before the cops show up. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't know why I'm pumping the throttle.
There
It's
she
not me.
goes.
I'm pleasantly surprised at the capabilities of this Land Cruiser. I think she just locked up tight. Oh well. That was a beautiful first run. All right, so all I gotta say is now I'm a little bit sad to rip this thing apart because it runs phenomenally well. Look at that, she's still just a steaming. Did the Milwaukee light run the whole way with us?
Yeah.
Huh. The light didn't even fall off. Thanks, Milwaukee, that's a strong magnet.
Even though the hood about took flight, it still stayed on.
Super sweet, super vintage, can't wait to rip it apart. As always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.